Hello, I'm Ninja Greg, and you're watching the Ninja Greg Show. Now, last time you saw me, when I made my comeback video, comeback makes it sound like I was, well, never mind. Let's just move on. I said in this week I would be doing a review of Rogue One and the Resurrection of Gavin Stone. And while I still intend to do that, there was one more movie I had completely neglected to mention, and that was Illumination Entertainment's Sing. Okay, I got 3 movies to cover this time, so I'll be going through them rather quickly. First, Star Wars Rogue One, the first in a brand new anthology series created by Lucasfilm. And the name of the entire series itself is A Star Wars Story, so yeah, they'll probably all have titles like that. Okay, so what's Rogue One? Well, it takes place in between the events of Episode 3 and Episode 4, and it's about how the rebellion got the plans for basically the digital blueprints of the Death Star, and they would go on from there to find its weakness and then eventually destroy it. So yes, in this movie we follow Jyn Erso and a ragtag group of individuals. I'm not exactly sure what kind of nickname or something I should give them, but yeah. This team includes Rebel Captain Cassian Andor, reprogrammed Imperial droid K2SO, and Jyn Erso herself, whose father was Galen Erso, one of the architects on the Death Star, and I'll talk more about him in a little bit. And we also have Rook Brody, a Imperial pilot who's defected, and two former Kyber Temple guards. What are Kyber Temples? Well, they're places where Jedis go to get the Kyber crystal for their lightsabers. And those 2 guards are the blind Chirrut Imwe and Baze Malbus. Okay, now back to Jyn's father, Galen Merrick. Yes, he was one of the architects responsible for the construction of the Death Star, but he knew that or maybe came to know that maybe the Empire wasn't quite so great, and he figured out that their plan for peace was nothing short of tyranny, so he secretly and deliberately included a flaw in the Death Star's design that if destroyed would cause the entire station to blow up. I mean, you've probably seen the movie, so you've probably seen the original Star Wars, so you probably know. And if you haven't, I'm sure you've heard about it. So yeah, if you ever wondered about that one plot hole about why did the Empire design this immense battle station with a deadly super laser that can destroy entire planets with one teeny tiny hole that anyone could just fly into and blow it up. Well, this movie kind of gives you the answer, and for more technical reasons, that's another discussion for another time. So yeah, some of the positives. Well, I'm not sure if I can really count this as a positive, but it is something you notice right away. This is a very different kind of a Star Wars movie, and yet it's still kind of the same. It starts out with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but not the opening crawl, and that's your first sign that this is a different kind of movie. This anthology series isn't going to be in the same kind of, it's not going to be held in the same kind of regard as the other episodic Star Wars movies. So while it's definitely in the Star Wars universe, it's not going to have a lot of the same elements as some of the more traditional episodic movies. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to more a Star Wars story films to come in the future. And of course, there's plenty of good Star Wars-y sci-fi action. And the last part on the Battle of Scarif, which is this Imperial-occupied planet that's got a compound that holds all of their data on virtually everything, including the blueprints for the Death Star. That's easily the best part in the entire movie. It's just non-stop action once we get to Scarif. One downside, though, and this is kind of a big one since it's kind of key to the movie, is I kind of found it hard to get invested in any of these characters, but in a strange way, that kind of works to the movie's benefit because, spoilers, all of our main characters end up biting it by the end. So, yeah. The group of heroes we were with through this entire time, they all die. Our villain for this piece, Imperial Director Orson Krennic, he dies. So, yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, don't get too attached to anybody. Well, I will admit I do like K2SO the most, and yeah, that really says something about your characters when the one character I like the most is an unfeeling, heartless robot. But it was still good, you know. It'll definitely keep fans' attention, but might be a good introduction for new fans, and hardcore and even softcore fans will definitely enjoy it. So that was Star Wars: Rogue One, and yes, I would recommend it, but again, don't get too attached to anybody. Okay, moving on. Sing from Illumination Entertainment and Universal Studios. I liked it. It was delightful, just delightful. Okay, so what's it about? Well, Matthew McConaughey, forgot his name for a brief second, plays Buster Moon, a koala bear in a city full of anthropomorphic animals, and it's always been his dream to run his own theater because when he was a little kid, he was just blown away by the sheer showmanship of theater performance, and now he's got his own theater where he gives other stars their chance to shine, but he's hit some financial woes and decides the best way to get out of debt and bring his theater back up to its former glory is to hold another singing competition. And by another, I mean, you know, in this day and age, there are a crap ton of singing competitions virtually everywhere you go. So we have essentially our framing device for the movie, this entire competition. And we meet a colorful cast of characters, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest, they all are kind of cliched. You've got the one whose dad doesn't understand him and just wants to be accepted. You've got the amazingly talented but incredibly shy one, the underappreciated but also amazingly talented one, the one who's just in it for himself. So yeah, these characters are cliched, but you know, they're still fun characters to enjoy, and this movie is definitely it's got some good humor to it, and of course the music is pretty good. So yeah, it's cute, it's harmless enough, and you know, being made by Illumination Entertainment, it's along the same lines as, you know, their cash cow, which is Despicable Me. Just don't go in expecting like anything revolutionary or world-changing. Just go in expecting a good time. If you just want to have some good, innocent fun, and you want a movie that's got some good humor, some good heart, and some good music, this'll definitely do it. I mean, this movie is kind of like movie candy. It tastes good, it looks good, and it makes you feel good, but yeah, there's not that much substance to it, but the substance it has is good. Okay, and moving on to the resurrection of Gavin Stone. I'll admit, as a Christian, I always find it intriguing whenever I see secular celebrities making a Christian movie. What I mean by secular celebrities? Well, celebrities you don't normally think of working on Christian projects. And I start to wonder, do they actually believe in the material that they are presenting? But that's a philosophical discussion, not for this show, but maybe with maybe a Bible study or something, but that's not what this show is about. This is a show where I try to find anything and everything that I think would make for good review fodder, or anything I think is worth talking about. So, on to the movie. Well, you've got former child star Gavin Stone, who's hit rock bottom, and he's in jail, but he's up for parole under the condition that he does community service, and he's got a choice between either sewer maintenance or maintaining a church. And given the choice between the two, yeah, the church is definitely the better option, because who honestly wants to wade through human filth? So yeah, he goes back to his old family home and stays with his dad while he's doing this community service. And while he's there, he finds out that they're putting on an Easter production, and being an actor, he can't help but heed the call of the spotlight, because he's a completely self-absorbed, selfish prick. And so he lies to the pastor, says that he's a Christian because they only accept Christians and members of the church in the cast, just so that he can get a chance to perform. And along the way, while they're getting this thing up and running, he learns lessons about the people around him, and that Christians really aren't the way that the media tends to paint them as, these holier than thou, or if not that, then these people just obsessed with Jesus, and always polite, always well-mannered and just pleasant. No, we're people. We're real people. And easily the best scene in the movie is when Gavin goes to Sunday church, and the night before he looks up Christian etiquette, and he's just hamming it up, just going around shaking hands and saying, "Oh, blessings on you, brother, blessings on you, sister." And this moment was both funny to watch and also a little cringeworthy, because I don't act like that, and I'm about as Christian as anyone else. And no other Christian I know acts like that, except maybe the pastor on occasion. But yeah, oh, good gravy. If for no other reason, watch this movie just for that scene. But yeah, it's good. I liked it. It's certainly a lot better than a lot of other Christian products that I've seen. But yeah, it's good. It's of course got great moments that a lot of them come from Gavin's overall ignorance of what Christians really are like, and just the teachings of God and the Bible in general. And being a Christian movie, of course, there are some moments that are gonna pull at your heartstrings and really get your feels going. Yeah, but it's not bad. If you're a Christian, I recommend you taking some of your non-Christian friends to go see this, because honestly, it could really open a lot of people's eyes to to how Christians really are, and not what the media says we are or how people think we are without really knowing how we are. Oh, 3 movies, and I quickly reviewed them all. But next time we'll definitely be back to proper form, and I'll have just one new thing to present to you next time. So yeah, I'm Ninja Greg. You've been watching the Ninja Greg Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell to get notified whenever I put out something new. I'll see you next time.